The First Order Dreadnought is one of the most powerful and dangerous warships in all of Star Wars lore. As stated by Poe Dameron, Dreadnoughts were fleet killers and utilized by the First Order during the Cold War against the New Republic and during the First Order Resistance War. In the canon book Star Wars Battles That Changed the Galaxy, the Battle of Takar, and how the Resistance was able to destroy a First Order Dreadnought is shown in detail. Let's get started. The Resistance claimed victory at Starkiller Base, but their celebration was short-lived. The First Order had tracked the Resistance reconnaissance ships that provided intelligence on the icy stronghold and narrowed in on the Resistance position at Takar. Knowing reprisals were forthcoming, the Resistance had already started to prepare for the First Order's arrival by organizing mass evacuation. Abandoning bases once they were discovered by the enemy was something the organization was more than used to executing. They were adept at quickly establishing and dismantling their outposts, and as such, had evacuation protocols readily available. Lieutenant Connix led the Takar evacuation from the ground. Having a single ultimate authority directing the retreat was of the utmost importance as it streamlined the operation. Though the command structure of the Resistance was notably flexible, they followed emergency plans with military discipline. Myla Frenick was promoted into Connix's vacant operations controller role and assisted the lieutenant in directing the Resistance High Command to their vessels, which was an assortment of frigates and starcruisers. Together they split the Resistance leadership between the Vigil, the Anodyne, the Ninka, and the Raddus, in hopes of keeping at least one commanding officer safe in the event of a victorious First Order attack. The Raddus, General Organa's flagship, was the heart of the Resistance fleet. It was always stationed at the rear, where it could use its powerful experimental shields to protect other craft from long-range fire. The First Order were confident they would eliminate the Resistance forces. They arrived with 3 Resurgent-class Star Destroyers and 1 Siege Dreadnought, the Fulminatrix. The Dreadnought alone could have devastated most rebellious worlds, though the First Order did not have the element of surprise. They did not delay their attack. The Resistance were already off the planet by the time the First Order started their bombardment of the surface. Fleet crews quickly processed personnel across the 4 capital ships and reassigned soldiers of every rank into new key roles. The organization's lean numbers meant no one could sit idle while they waited to jump into the safety of hyperspace. In order to keep the First Order's focus off the ships entering orbit above Takar, Commander Dameron, a pilot with a reputation for being a hotshot, volunteered a plan to distract them. General Leia Organa approved, and Dameron undertook the mission single-handedly. He effectively kept the Dreadnought from pointing its cannons toward the disappearing Resistance. But rather than rejoining the Resistance fleet, Poe insisted on removing the Dreadnought from the field. Ignoring Organa's orders, Dameron brought the Cobalt and Crimson Bomber squadrons into the fray. They believed the orders came from Organa via the proper chain of command, so they flew into position while escort fighters surrounded them to help defend them from First Order TIE fighters. Captain Kennedy, commander of the Fulminatrix, witnessed the bombers moving in for their attack run and redirected the TIE fighters toward them. General Organa monitored the doomed attack from her position aboard the Raddus. The situation was too volatile for the lumbering bombers, and all but one were shot down. The final bomber destroyed the Fulminatrix, but the loss of pilots was painful, and from Organa's viewpoint, unnecessary. The evacuation from Takar and the ensuing battle above dealt a severe blow to the already ragtag Resistance numbers and resources. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, please like and subscribe. And remember, the Force will be with you, always.